Yes, conservatives got it. They finally figured out the weak spot for Vice President, presidential candidate Harris is the way she talks. Here it is.
Clip of Kamala Harris from yesterday. She's making a speech in Detroit, and it's getting a lot of attention because some people are accusing her of using an accent we've never heard her use before. Listen to this.
You better thank a union member for the 5-day work week. You better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time.
So she made that exact same speech in Pennsylvania a few hours later and did not sound like that.
Y'all just mad because y'all can't do it. Y'all just mad because y'all can't do it and get away with it. You better thank a union leader. I loved it. I love it. You'll be real mad at my Baptist preacher. He changes his whole way of talking and preaching. He don't sound nothing like that in real life, but it's beautiful in the pulpit. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. There's more.
This clip of Kamala Harris, who of course pretends to be black, also pretending to have a black urban accent, which is pretty racist and offensive because look at the way she talks. She tries to use this like real ghetto talk, and it's like, okay, do you think that all black people talk like that, Kamala? You think that we talk like this and we want to ask questions because we don't know how to speak proper English? You know, we don't ask questions, we ask. We're going to talk about this, homegirl. I mean, really, honestly, it is so disrespectful and racist to black people. So there's a lot of very educated black people out there that don't talk like that. Okay. There's a lot of black people out there that know how to speak proper English that don't go around speaking jive. You feels me? We was kangs. I'll tell you, homegirl, when we get this done together, my friend. You feels me? You feels me? When we get this done together, you feels me? You feels me, homegirl? We was kangs. You feels me? I worked at McDonald's. I used to smoke weed and listen to Tupac in my college room.
Did you call him Tupac? I may need to rewind that. Okay, so we're talking jive? Jive. A term from 1971, possibly 68. And if you're a person of color, you're a black person, I don't think you have to pretend to be black. You are. And whatever you say is you. And that was the worst transformation of accent I've ever seen. But then, like a serious kind of person opined, here it is.
There she is in Detroit. She changed her accent when she was there in Detroit because she was speaking to a group that, you know, has that similar accent, and so she did the same.
Since when does the vice president have what sounds like a southern accent?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well,
I mean, this is...
She was talking about unions in Detroit using one tone of voice.
Is this something that you think...
Same line...
Okay, Peter,
that she used the same line in Pittsburgh, and it sounded like she at least had some kind of a southern drawl.
I mean, do you hear the question that you're... I mean, do you think Americans seriously think that this is an important question?
See the fakery. She was in Georgia a week ago, and suddenly she had a Georgia accent. She goes from one to the other. You know, I flew yesterday, Carly. As I crossed each state, heading from New York back to Florida, my accent changed. I'm telling you, I had the Carolina accent. Minutes later, South Carolina. Then I was over Georgia. I mean, come on. I was going all over the place. I turned redneck at one point. I think I got...
Kamala was raised by an Indian mother in Canada, but now she sounds like Fannie Willis.
Trump doesn't really do this.
No.
His accent is New York, no matter where he goes.
You know, I have more video. Isn't it amazing how Republicans are able to get on the same page immediately? It's like they have a huddle in the morning time and they say, hey guys, all right, here's the plan for today. We're going to attack Kamala Harris and the way she talks. We have to leave the DEI thing alone. It's not working. And then they pivot to, but see, Trump really doesn't do that. He first of all, let me just say this. All of you guys on the news, I've seen you at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Don't none of you talk that way. Not a single one of you talk that way. And you're talking about how everybody else talks, including VP Harris, because you talk about everybody in the industry. I've heard you. But another lie you told, well, Trump does talk with accents. Here it is.
Emmanuel Macron on the phone. I got him on the phone. Emmanuel, how are you? So nice to talk. Oh, Donald, it is so nice to speak. He's beautiful. I wish I had his accent.
We are also praying for the people of Puerto Rico. We love Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico.
We love you.
And we also love Puerto Rico.
He loved both of them. He loves them both, obviously. This is a beautiful thing, dear brother, and here's why. This is all they have. They don't have anything else. And it's comical. It's almost like a Saturday Night Live skit that has become real life. It's like the reverse. Dear brother, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are simply this. I agree with you when it comes to the idea or this notion that people love discussing in regards to Kamala, that she's pretending to be black, because they don't understand how inclusivity works, how the Venn diagram of people work. As a person who's half black, half Iranian myself, there is no need to prove that I'm either. That is not how that works, especially coming from all the people who believe in the one drop rule. They need to learn how to stick with that one drop rule, because that's clearly the case when it comes to Kamala, who has a Jamaican father and an Indian mother, and she's not pretending to be anything. In regards to her accent and changing that, as you expressed about the Baptist pastor who goes into church, it's a similar feel of nostalgia and connection, and it's a privilege not to ever have to code switch. That's something that they've never had to do. They don't understand code switching because they've never had to switch codes, because their superiority complex allows them to think that they have that freedom in every place and space they go, not realizing that people speak in different accents. Sometimes I speak with a different accent when I'm speaking to my father so he can better connect with me, and I speak with a proverbial accent. That is how it works. Nobody's out there speaking jive. The fact that she said that needs to be a concept we need to discuss more. And she went on with it. She was having more fun with it than Kamala was at any given point during any parts of her speech. So she's been waiting to sound like Cardi B her whole life. The idea that they question the authenticity, you can question many things, but questioning authenticity coming from President Trump's side should be something that we all question.
Yeah, that's right. And it reveals their true colors, no pun intended.